Oh, yes. Hello, everybody.
Okay.
I have Nick, the pig, as a friend.
The problem with that bitch?
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
It's me on my computer at home with my wife trying to write a spec script for the new Full House series. Wow. How are you, folks? Great to be with you on a filthy Wednesday. Look at this fucking... It's not... It's a fuck. Try to be nice. How's that? How's the fuck? I look like Biden.
I think you got an extra button going on.
No, I don't. Nope. This shirt doesn't take kindly to neckties.
Let's take a look at that beautiful chest.
Yeah. Mama. Fucking A. All right, kids, how you is? This thing used to fit. I told them, build it for man tits. Get out of here. Anyways, how you doing, what it is and what it was. Hey, gotta mention this. Last night watching the Sox against Houston. Evaldi's our best pitcher, I think. So he comes out and gets the first three guys out in 5 pitches against the Astros. Very good team. Second inning, does he give up 1 homer? No. He gives up 2? No. Did he give up 3 in 1 inning? No. Gave up 4 in 1 inning? No. He gave up 5 homers in 1 inning. I've never seen anything. I've been watching baseball since I was a fetus. I've never, and he was throwing 97, 98. It just shows you how good pro baseball players are. If the ball's not moving or you're not hitting you, everything was going right down the middle. He was missing his location. Everything was right down the heart of the plate. And that's how good these, especially the Astros, they just have great hitters anyways. The ball was flying. Devers hit a home run in the first inning. Dead away center field. Guy is just, I think he had 3 hits last night. He's already got 20-something RBI, 6 or 7 homers. He's a kid. He's a kid. But 5 homers? And then I think the Sox hit another one. And then there were 9. When I said this is enough of this shit, the record's 13, I think. Couple of them missed by a foot in that the inning he gave up 5. There were a couple that went off the wall. Another guy stole a home run from one of the Red Sox. The ball, I go, what? Supposedly a dead ball this season. I've never seen that, though. And Evaldi is like, his ERA is like 2.5 or whatever. He's a legitimate fucking, number 1 guy. How do you explain that? They are that good, though. If you put it down the heart of the plate and they get their timing down, like I said, especially the Astros, they probably have somebody beating on a can telling them when to come. Oh, you can't do that in? Anyways, that was fucking amazing. Let's get on to it, shall we? Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? I could have played that. I have it on here, but then it gets flagged and shit. I really can't do anything without getting in trouble from somebody. Copyright this, that, fucking, ooh, you said something wrong about your sisters. No more, Biden said. He said, I mean, no more. Biden on Tuesday called out the media, political figures, and the internet for radicalizing angry, alienated, lost, and isolated individuals into believing replacement theory, a racist concept that casts minorities as an existential threat to white people. And I say,
fuck you and fuck you. Who's next?
What is so amazing about this? They've been bragging since he got into office how they're bringing people in. Everybody knows it. There's clips all over. If you go on the internet, they're bragging about this strategy. They're going to bring all these people in so the Democrats will be in power for the next 100 years. To replace white fucking... They say it. I mean, go on the internet. They've been saying it for years. And now, if you say it, or a Tucker Carlson or somebody like that, you're fucking racist. Look at him. Wish that was a fucking poison dart in his... I can't. I hate this motherfucker. I know he's just a puppet, but all right, I hate that puppet. Let's take a listen to the guy who stole the election and has destroyed a country in a matter of 18 months. Fuckface.
In America, evil will not win, I promise you.
Oh, will
Hate
you?
will
Pause.
not
Pause.
prevail.
Evil won't win? It's funny coming from a guy who stole the election. You did win. Evil did win. And I suggest you people on the right, I'm not even going to say Republicans, I think you're part of the problem. Anybody on the right, you better start getting fucking evil, because they're playing evil. And they're winning, although we all know, a landslide's coming, but go ahead, let the dink talk some more. I hate you, mother.
You're lying.
Yeah.
And you're a piece of shit.
And white supremacy will not have the last word. What happened here is simple and straightforward. Terrorism.
Pause. Okay, where were you when the fucking, and I said this yesterday, when the guy in the black nationalist in the car running over people at a parade in Milwaukee didn't have shit to say about terrorism? You fucking scumbag. See what he's doing? He's tying this kid was just a fucking nutcase, as there are in all political ideologies, like the guy that shot up the Republicans on the baseball field. Did you hear anything about the domestic terrorism then, or whatever? He's trying to tie this guy to Trump, and Trump's fault and the Republican Party. Meanwhile, this motherfucker sat back while this country burned, looting, killing cops, and it didn't say shit about domestic terrorism when cops are being killed. If you can't see through this, if you're still voting for this type of shit, you're the fucking problem, and you have been for the last 30 years. I have no tolerance for this fucking jerk up.
You stupid fucking blabbermouth cunt!
Go ahead.
Terrorism.
Terrorism.
Domestic terrorism.
Oh, is it?
Violence inflicted in the service of hate and the vicious thirst for power that defines one group of people
Look, he's reading it.
being inherently inferior to any other group.
Pause. I love how
Hate.
he's accusing the right of doing this for power. This motherfucker let BLM and Antifa run wild. They were doing it for the fucking his side. Didn't say shit. Real domestic terrorism. Didn't say fucking boo. Now, what you watched near the end of this, I think he tries to throw in January 6th there. He doesn't even have the guts to do it, like, explicitly. He just sort of puts them together real quick. Good.
That through the media and politics, the internet, has radicalized, angry, alienated, lost, and isolated individuals into falsely believing that they will be replaced, that's the word, replaced, by the other.
Pause. I wonder where they get that idea when Disney actually has the white people who are getting replaced train the people they bring over from fucking Calcutta and other third world shitholes to actually train them to do the job.
Not just that, but every single movie coming out as a reboot or remake that was past white is now some sort of minority, technically being replaced even subliminally.
Well, yeah, not even subliminally. It's a fucking, they're recasting everything. They're trying to destroy white European history, which is what ISIS does when they go into a country, whatever. The fact that he just has again, it's hard to get mad at this fuck. I wish he had his wits about him. Then you could say, but they just push him out there. He just reads. All he knows is he became president at one point. That's all he knows. Go ahead.
By people who don't look like them.
See, that's the big myth.
And who are, therefore, in a perverse ideology that
What's
they
that?
possess and being fed lesser beings. I and all of you reject the lie.
Hear that?
I call on all.
I and all of you, not them, not Trump supporters, not Republicans. That's been they've had the Republicans, the right, labeled for, 40 years now that? You dumb motherfuckers on the right don't know how to, or again, are you part of it? You don't know how to defeat that narrative? I mean, I guess this election might do that, because people are jumping ship from that party, especially Latinos. And black people are waking up to who the white devil was the fucking people that put them on the welfare plantation have been using them. Go ahead.
All Americans to reject the lie. And I condemn those who spread the lie for power, political gain, and for profit.
Round of applause from the shitheads. CNN doesn't do that, right? Do you know CNN, how much money they make on their internet website? Not their TV thing is like an advertisement for their internet. As far as clicks go, they lead the league in making money. And this stupid fuck, for power. Yeah, it's the Republicans who do shit for power. Best economy when Trump was there. Unemployment at record lows for every demographic. But he's a racist, and we don't want minority, And you fuckers on the left have been buying it for I don't know how many years. But you know what? It's finally, I think people are waking up after you see parents at school board meetings and what the fucking lib scumbags are doing to your kids and anything else. The double standard. There's always been a double. Now it's a triple standard when it comes to race. And it doesn't even bring up the black guy in the subway in New York a couple months ago. People sitting on the people in the audience.
But nobody on the right's even asking those questions.
I don't see him out there. You're right. They never do. They'll get all around it. I mean, you know, Jim Jordan, those guys that come out and say a few angry things. But, you see that maybe on Fox for a minute, and it doesn't go anywhere, Is he almost done? He's making me sick to my ass.
Let's see.
That's what it is.
Now he's done.
Oh, so this isn't the one. He mentions January 6th later on, real quick. He tries to put the two together. In other words, the white, hard working class people that walked right into a false flag, and that's what it was on January 6th, being led in there by the FBI and whatnot. He tried to connect them with this fucking maniac who's mentally ill. This guy sent up 1,000 red flags. He went to school in a hazmat suit during COVID. Said he wanted to, at the end of the summer, they asked him what he wanted to have a mass murder-suicide. He said all this shit out loud. And somehow he's trying to lump him in. You're an evil fuck, Joe. Asked by the press after his speech whether members of Congress or Tucker Carlson are to blame for replacement theory fueling violence, Biden said that those who advance it deserve some blame, but not for this particular crime. But it serves no purpose except for profit and or political benefit.
You're a real crumb bum.
What a fucking do-bag. Political gain. These 10 bodies weren't even dead. They weren't even cold yet. These motherfuckers are on the internet blaming the right, as they always do. In his Tuesday remarks, the president also called white supremacy a poison that has invoked several other previous attacks, including the deadly rally in Charlottesville, which was once again been proven to be a hoax the day after it happened. It was a complete fucking hoax. You can go back and listen to what Trump said. He wasn't equating those people with a guy who ran over the woman. Christ's sake, they even admit that now in some left-leaning news stations. The mass shooting in Charleston, South Carolina, El Paso, Texas, and Pittsburgh, again, doesn't mention the fucking parade or the guy. I could go on and on. How about Chicago every weekend? Just because it's poor black people, it doesn't count as a mass shooting? These guys, not only they lie, they're terrible lies. He said the ideology has no place in America.
What are we doing?
Neither do you.
What's going on right now?
Can't wait till you bite the fucking dust. Let's stay on the best president America has ever seen. This guy's terrific. He gets a lot done. Biden's Twitter is in the shitter. Well, what does that mean? At least, this has come out as fact, at least, I'm sure if you say this, you'll be, whatever, bigot, a Trump follower. At least half of President Joe Biden's 22 million Twitter followers, at least half, that would be 11 million, are fake, a new audit revealed. Yeah, but he got 81 million votes. Suck my white European cock. The audit conducted for the social media giant by software startup SparkToro, they make a hell of a lawnmower, discovered that 49.3% of the accounts following the official @POTUS Twitter account are fake, based on an analysis of a number of factors, including location issues, default profile images, and new users, and the fact that they're following scumbag. I think that's the biggest one. Fake followers, like a fake president. Well, he should have fake followers. He's a fake president. He's got fake teeth, fake hair. His wife has a fake PhD. Fake followers, according to SparkToro, are accounts that are unreachable and will not see the account's tweets either because they're spam, bots, propaganda, etc., or because they're no longer active on Twitter.
I don't know nothing about that.
I really don't. That's what Joe said. The SparkToro data seems to back Tesla CEO and potential Twitter buyer Elon Musk's concerns about the growing number of bogus accounts. Musk wants to acquire Twitter, but it seems to have got cold feet in recent days, reportedly because of this very issue. He's no dummy. He ain't no dummy. I forgot what the number was. A huge number of supposedly fake accounts and stuff. Do they not cheat at anything? The left. Do you not cheat at anything? Because, I mean, again, these are millions of people that are supposedly following Biden, who is on the left. Do you not, do you going to tell me Jack Dorsey that come swallow didn't know? Really? Do you guys, do you have to cheat at everything? You do, because your real ideas, they don't work in the real world. Nice fantasy ideas. We're all going to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. When the truth is, I clean my AR-15 every night to go to the woods up here and shoot at some ducks. I haven't touched that gun since I bought it. Well, I went 3 times to the fucking, the indoor fucking range. Left there deaf. Because the guy next to me literally had a military cannon. He could have sunk it. He could have sunk a Spanish ship with it back in 1658. I get home, I'm like, let's move on. As you can see, I didn't sleep well any. When it comes to free speech, Twitter and the shitter. A senior Twitter engineer, we're staying on Twitter, has been secretly recorded admitting that the social media giant is censoring the right and that he and his coworkers are commie as fuck. At least the kid, it's the Indian, well, naturally. Who do you think is going to be an Irish kid from Boston? Twitter, he says, we're as commie as fuck. All right.
Said that?
He did.
Who the fuck said that?
Right there.
Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?
I don't know, but he looks like me when I was in high school. Twitter does not believe in free speech. This is their employee talking. Siru Murugazen said in a series of hidden camera clips released late Monday by the Project Veritas. Let's take a listen. I love Project Veritas. Why isn't this kid getting every Nobel Prize or whatever the fuck they give out to newspaper guys? Let's listen to the guy who helps me get cum stains out of my mouse pad at 3 in the morning.
So do you think there's a difference between Twitter's definition of free speech and Elon's definition of free speech?
Twitter does not believe in free speech. Elon believes in free speech.
What do your colleagues say about it?
They hate it. Some of my colleagues are like super left. Our jobs are at stake. He's a capitalist. If we weren't really operating like capitalist mode, we were very socialist. Like we're all like communist.
You are correct there.
Calling a left-leaning praise commie, admitting the platform censors
But
free
I not
speech.
believe in free speech.
Because Twitter wants to censor bullying and harassment. And the idea of free speech
Pause.
is that you...
I love this right here. Cause, he says, Twitter wants to censor bullying and harassment, and the idea of free speech is that you can bully and harass people with words. See, he gets it. He just doesn't like it. He works with it. He seems to get it. But that's true. They do it under the guise of protecting the weak and the... And I mean, they wouldn't give a fuck if somebody called you a white piece of shit or whatever, and they don't. They're very... The sense of bullying and harass, he says, and but you can bully and harass people with words. Go ahead.
Can bully and harass people.
He's right.
And Twitter does not believe in this value. That's a problem because it's not conducive to a business. If you want to run a business,
Pause. They don't believe in bullying online and shit because it's not conducive to running a bit. What are you shitting me? What are you kidding me? That's what Twitter is, attacking people from the right. It's a cesspool of that. Made Dorsey pretty rich, didn't it? Go ahead, Bacala.
Facebook or Instagram, they don't want people bullying and harassing, like or even YouTube. They straight up any toxic behavior. They're like, nope.
Pause. See, that's where he's wrong. Any toxic behavior, we're like, no, we can't. No, any toxic behavior from the right. They left fucking the fucking Shah of Iran up there, whoever the right, and they took. Remember they kicked Trump off, but there's terrorists on there, literally. So it's not all toxic behavior. Go ahead, Broccoli Nicholas.
Can't have it. For example, like if you bully a transgender, if the right thinks it's okay, the left does not. Ideologically, it does not make sense. Like because we're actually censoring the right, not the left. Because everyone on the right wing will be like, bro, it's okay to say, just gotta tolerate it.
Pause. Everybody on the right says it's okay to say it. You just have to tolerate it, and you do. That's what the First Amendment's there for, not to protect speech everybody agrees on. It's obviously the shit that pisses you off. That's the beauty of this country, and the fact that half of you don't even fucking like it. Just leave. Yeah, seriously, get the fuck. There's nowhere to go now. Anyways, I'll read this. He claims, we're talking about Elon Musk. No, this Indian kid says, he claims colleagues have threatened to quit if billionaire Elon Musk takes over. Anyways, roll the video. It's done. It's all over? Oh, thank you very much for that. You don't have opening, but why not? Murgison was also filmed admitting that the company's left-wing slant directly affects content on the site. He said, I don't know if the two parties can truly coexist on one platform. He's talking about the Republicans and the Democrats. According to Murgisian, right-wingers are more likely to tolerate abusive messages, while those on the left will simply refuse and quit the site. I love how they even word that with no context. See what I'm saying? They have to lie about everything, every fucking thing. It's not what he said. He said as far as speech goes, the right says you got to tolerate it, bro, and you do. The whole world can't just agree with what you agree with. What a fucking childish way to... So you know what he's saying there, really? The right believes in free speech, not them.
It's freedom, baby, yeah!
We're actually censoring the right, he said, and not the left. The engineer was recorded saying, later adding, it's true, there is a bias. It is what it is today, he said.
Problem. You're the fucking problem. You fucking Dr. White, onking jamrag, arcing spunk bubble. I'm telling you, H, you keep looking at me, I'm going to put you in the fucking ground, I promise you. Not this time.
You and I are watching that movie together. It's such a guy movie. Well, you're my wife would love it too, but Ben Kingsley makes the hair on your neck stand. He's the scariest little fuck in this movie. And there's a couple other guys that you've seen. If you saw their face, you know who they are. Big burly guy from, I want to say, Australia with an Australian. He's been in everything. But, oh my God. Murgesian went on to say that while conservative voices were returning to the site en masse in light of Musk's intended takeover, staffers have been stress eating and worried for our jobs after a prolonged period where essentially, he says, everyone gets to do whatever they want. They are real commies. If you're not feeling it, listen to this. This is the kid that works for Twitter. If you're not feeling it, you can take a few days off. He was recorded saying, Then why do they keep saying he was recorded saying? I know you shithead. That's what I'm reading. People have taken months off, he said. I basically went to work like 4 hours a week last quarter. And it's just how it works in our company. Twitter did not immediately respond to messages from the Post requesting comment on Tuesday. Project Veritas also said the site had yet to respond to its requests for comment, naturally. So there it is. All you people saying, you're imagining it. There's no bias. It's fair. You guys are just lying cheats. I fucking hope there's a civil war. Why? Because I'm old and I've had enough of this party. Take it easy. Here's a guy that helps perpetuate all the lying on the left. He's been doing it for 40 fucking years. He's from New York. He gives Jewish politicians a bad name. What's the title here? Fuck Chuck the Schmuck. Oh my goodness gracious Eloise. This guy is known his whole career for loving the camera. Never turns down an interview. Loves it. I think he's jealous of his niece, Amy Schumer's career. I think that's her uncle. Uncle or cousin, I can't remember what she said. Distant, whatever the fuck. Anyhow, he had to jump on the, you know how Biden was up there going, and using this tragedy to gain power and for political purposes. Well, you're up there giving a speech, shithead, shitting on the other side. You didn't keep it to the family and grieving, and you had to, and then Chuck Schumer always does. Do you understand this is in the playbook? Do you understand how many times Schumer and Biden have done shit like this in their careers? It's all in a manual, Politics 101. Racist tragedy, white suspect, black victims. Here's what you do, ABC. Joe probably said, Chuck, you know what you got to do. Get to the podium. So here is Dingbat, and one of the most evil politicians, in my opinion, speaking about whatever.
Cable news channel in particular, Fox News. In a craven quest for viewers and ratings, organizations like Fox News have spent years perfecting the craft of stoking cultural grievance and political resentment.
Pause. He's talking about CNN. Exactly. This is what scares me. I don't know if he's acting, doesn't believe what he's really saying, or really believes it. Either way, it's creepy. Either way, he's fucking evil or demented. CNN, for the last 30 years, NBC, AB, all of them, when there's an incident with a white suspect, a racial thing, a disproportionate amount of coverage on all those channels. That's how we got to where we are. It's how they got 13% of the country hating white people. Can you imagine? He just said what CNN does. They make zillions when they were showing the riots, people clicking on their website. And they used it for political gain. The George Floyd thing. You didn't fucking... Fox News. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Chuck, I don't know what to say.
Get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker, you.
Hey, that was Donald Trump Jr.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell, Paris.
Go ahead. That eerily mirrors the messages found in replacement theory. Fox's top political pundit, Tucker Carlson,
best show on TV,
has spewed rhetoric that echoes replacement theory at least 400 times.
Pause. Now he's reporting on you, bragging about bringing people of color over so you've said it out loud 400 times. Yeah, he's covering the dismantling of our country. He thinks that's the point. Like if CNN's only brought it up twice. Yeah, because they're afraid of what's really going on. They can't tell you dirty, rotten. Go ahead.
On his show since 2016. This is a poison that's being spread by one of the largest news organizations in our country.
Pause. You know how they got to be the largest news organization? People don't go back to a station or a radio show that's, when you listen to it and then you find out it's all bullshit. Like Rush Limbaugh. He had fucking that huge following his whole career. Not because people found out later he was full of shit. Fucking, I hope, is that how they really see it? He is a creepy mother, Schumer.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
By implementing CRT.
What was that?
Critical race theory.
Yeah. Doesn't exist, Dallas. Doesn't exist. You're imagining all that. They are the fucking... Trump was an agent of Russia. What else have you fucking... Hillary, sir, but we can go on and on. Kavanaugh hearings, he was a gang rapist. You're just filthy fucks who'll do anything for power. And we're getting down to the end now. People are starting to see through it. Thanks to Tucker Carlson and a few people who have the balls. You don't think he has to have security around the clock? It says tweet. Is there a tweet? Let's see. Chuck Schumer tweeted, at Tucker Carlson invited me on his show tonight, meaning yesterday, to debate the letter I sent to Ed Fogg. He sent the letter about the whole... I'm declining. Tucker Carlson needs to start promoting the racist, dangerous replacement theory. He's declining to go on the most watched show and give his point of view. Sam? You filthy... He would get smoked. Smoked. That's why none of them go on anymore. He used to debate people and he made them look like such jerk-offs because when the truth is on your side, it's almost easy to debate somebody like that. He's a filthy Chuck Schumer.
I don't like your jerk-off name. I don't like your jerk-off face. I don't like your jerk-off behavior. And I don't like you. Jerk-off.
That was my dad on Thanksgiving. Talking to my mom because the turkey was dry. What? I'm kidding. My old man was a sweetheart. This is interesting. It might be the rest of the show. But I stumbled over this. As you know, Dallas is a military guy. And you know, you've heard of PSYOPs, folks. They put out a thing on the internet maybe a week ago. I'm just stumbling on it now. It's called Ghost in the Machine. And it plays like a fucking movie trailer. And it gave me like goosebumps. Let me read. It's a stretch to link the United States Army to witchery. But that's happening, I'd rather that than being woke, in response to an eerie recruitment video shared on YouTube by Fort Bragg's 4th Psychological Operations Group. Just says airborne. That's it? Isn't there a number?
Yeah, no, that's the 4th. 4th PSYOPs Group, airborne.
Oh, it's not on the screen.
As an airborne group.
All right, it's not. I can't see the 4th. Psychological Operations Group, 4th Airborne, titled Ghost in the Machine. The video feels like a movie trailer, comes with no explanation other than all the world's a stage. Shakespeare said that, didn't he? Or was it Kevin Spacey when he was trying to molest kids in London at the theater? So that's their quote. All the world's a stage. Join us. Now check this out. I'd go see this, like if it was a movie. These people, like Dallas says, he's know a few of these guys there out there, he said. What they really are is, super smart and know how to manipulate basically millions of people. Check this out. It's very interesting. If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. This is my quote in high school. Sun Tzu. I read that for people who can't see this.
As the world watches and listens in horror, the peaceful pro-democracy demonstration in China comes to a violent and bloody end.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
The squad.
Wolves hiding nearby.
This is where my balls started going up into my body.
Do or die.
Born from the ashes
Around me.
of a world at war. You'll find us in the shadows. We are CNN. At the tip of the spear. Camera shot of
You say
a threat rises in the east. China. Warfare is evolving. Molotov cocktail. And all the world's a stage. Close up of a guy scrolling on his
There is another very important phase of warfare. It has as its target not the body, but the mind of the enemy.
The target of psychological warfare is against the enemy's mind.
It is words and ideas.
The ammunition used by Psywar.
Its mission is to influence the thoughts of the enemy soldier, and at the same time
is expected and encouraged to study foreign languages and the social sciences such as history, economics, and sociology. He must have a broad and sympathetic understanding of all phases of human experience.
Gripping at my
That would be the Dos Equis guy.
The walls of night closing.
I love this song.
But the use of this force as an integral part of combat has now taken on new form.
We are everywhere.
I'm gonna find out what the hell happened here.
Shot of an empty subway, the Statue of Liberty, cartoon of a white clown turning into a ghost. All right, that's creepy. A feeling in the dark. Now there's riots all over the world. A message in the stars. It's Paris Hilton getting a blowjob. Shot of ghost in the woods. Oh, that was creepy. I didn't see that guy with a mask. What are we? Psy-War.
These are the Psy-War soldiers.
Verbum Vincent. Go Army of... What was it? SOF. I'm going to go see that movie.
You're in it.
Yeah, exactly. No shit, and I'm an extra. Not even in a lead role. That's a great point. Dallas is in it. He's directing it. Airborne.
What the hell's going on out here?
I have no idea. But that was fucking awesome. It makes you feel like you got no control. Don't take life too seriously. Because, people, religious people say, well, God's already planned your whatever. These fuckers will say, no, we're planning. We are playing God. As of May 16th, the video has gotten more than 333,000 views, putting it right up there with Nick DiPaolo's Breath of Fresh Air, and ignited a growing number of articles debating its intent, including one headline, The Occult History of the United States Military PSYOPs and its highly symbolic recruitment video. The Fourth Psychological Operations Group, also known as PSYOPs, defines itself as masters of influence and practitioners of information warfare, according to its website. That means the mere act of people debating its video is a sign of success. That makes a good point.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah, it's true.
Are you interested in the real story?
Dark Horse, I like Dark Horse. It looks like a beer. A microbrewery, right? Stout. Yeah, stout, exactly. Let me try the Dark Horse. Sick of the fucking pale ale. We conduct influence activities to target psychological vulnerabilities and create or intensify fissures, confusion, and doubt. That's what I do when I'm in bed with a drunk chick. In doubt in adversary organizations, the group says. We use all available means of dissemination, from sensitive and high-tech to low-tech to no-tech, and methods from overt to clandestine to deception. News articles about the video question not just what it means, but why it was made at all.
It's a sick question. You're a sick fuck, and I'm not that sick that I'm going to answer it.
Said one of the PSYOPs guys. Here's the odd thing. Clandestine Army units like this, and this is a great point, don't make recruiting material because that material brings unwanted attention. It's like John Gotti being on the cover of News and Time one week. The Pipeline reported, that's the publication. Have you ever seen an official Delta Force recruiting video? Exactly. Now you have it. Dylan Charles wrote in USSA News that public debate proves the video effectively does what PSYOPs are supposed to do, which is to confuse, mislead, redirect, and occupy your mind. Now, let me ask you a question. Which party, first of all, has the capabilities to do it? Which one controls the media?
Well, one creepy image in there was we are everywhere, and they're in the middle of a theater. And what's going on in Hollywood is indicative of all that.
Oh, yeah. They want you to know that they are ghosts in the machine. I want them to...
All right, get out!
Get out of the machine. Watching and warping everything he says. However, a conspiracy site known as the Vigilant Citizen suggests the intent may be darker and possibly related to the occult. I doubt it. But like I said, it ain't the Republicans who have the microphone. These allusions to magic are not merely figurative. PSYOPs extensively researched occult and supernatural phenomenon such as ESP, extrasensory perception, and remote viewing, Vigilant Citizen reports. There was always a magical supernatural element to PSYOPs. The Fourth Psychological Operation Group shared a task and purpose report that referred to the video as an unsettling masterclass in psychological warfare. Colonel Chris Stangl told the news outlet the video is purposely vague and demonstrates that a big part of psychological operation is creating persuasive media. Again, who's practicing that? We kind of sought to create a piece that doesn't show what a PSYOP soldier does necessarily because it's so complicated and there's so much about it, quite honestly, Stangl told the task and purpose. Creepy. You know? Why couldn't that kid who shot up the Buffalo, why couldn't he have stumbled on that? You know what I mean? And just, they were reading from his manifesto, and there was many times in there he was questioning himself about doing it, actually following it out, but he felt like he was in too deep or whatever the fuck. I mean, he was... how many flags can you send up? Anyways, I'm getting off the topic. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I had to watch that again. I want that music when I'm with my wife in the dark. Watching a movie. Something really good like, I don't know, Hope Floats. That is it. Again, don't forget to sign up on a monthly basis at comicsgym.com, patreon.com. Go to nicadip.com to click on the tour button or the merchandise. Also, cameo.com if you want me to roast a friend or relative. Go to cameo.com. Hope to see you guys. I know I got one more day here. But this weekend in Myrtle Beach at the Comedy Cabana. Friday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. And then I get a nice break. And then guess what? The weekend after that, I have to get in a car because I'm not flying to I got to go to my niece's wedding, who I love, but I'm just saying, I'm driving to Cincinnati, or wherever it is, Columbus, Ohio. Me and the wife. Gonna probably make a weekend of it. So when we, the wedding's at 5 on Sunday, so we're not coming back. I probably won't get back. I'll probably get back Tuesday night, but again, that's 2 weeks from now. All right, kids, that's it. You think it, I'll say it. You're very welcome. See you back here tomorrow for the final day. Take care.